Welcome, everybody.
Welcome to this week's SNL.
Yeah. I need some applause, please. On the front, it says Pastor Carson.
Come on.
Or I think Potential Church. King Kong versus Godzilla.
That is incorrect.
Titanic.
Oh, let's see. It is, in fact,
Correct. So if you'd like to be involved in the show, whether that's running a camera or the technical stuff, or if you just want to be in the studio audience, this means technical stuff.
Yeah.
Right here, technical stuff. You guys are producers. You know we're giving away a prize, and we don't have a drum roll?
I mean, we have.
Hello, and how is everybody doing on this Sunday?
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, we got
Hey, we have a smaller crowd, but we have
small but mighty.
But
Come on.
there you go, small but mighty,
Intimate.
Nah,
Nah, I'm not intimate.
mighty sounds better.
Yeah.
For those of you who are watching online and are in the vicinity of South Florida, be a part of our studio audience. We have a good time.
That we do. We always do.
And we're
sir.
missing one of our producers tonight, but who's his replacement tonight?
Ross the boss.
Will, I guess. I mean, we've had Ross,
Will-
we've had Will,
Well, Will's always
but
here.
we just shifted.
Ross is now in the
Yeah.
the unseen chair.
Yeah. Exactly. Will is still kind of unseen, though.
That's a dark joke.
I don't understand what he's talking about, but
I don't either.
anyways, we are glad you guys are here. Thanks so much for tuning in. We got a big show tonight. Oh, we have some
Got
new
another one.
guests who have come in.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah. Wow, we might have to start selling tickets.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
My mic is
For
there we go.
$59.99.
And I got distracted. For those of you watching online, want to welcome everybody who is online, and especially those who I'm trying to look and see what's kind of going on online. If you have a question, be sure and ask it, because that's really online, is to communicate with one another, build a sense of relationship, because our desire is to partner with you so that you can reach your potential, which is a book I happen to write.
Come on.
And if you go to our other channel, Potential Church, actually next week we start a series on the book. So we've got some contests that I don't want to forget about. Last week I kind of forgot to the last little bit. So the first thing is a contest that we have every week, because we are the best show on the internet.
I've never
Yeah,
met
you know,
someone.
I think that's actually 100% true. Like Mr. Beast to the
Right.
side, you know, he's dealing with stuff right now as well.
Yes.
So our show isn't.
I've
That's
never
right.
met a man
And-
so generous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Come
you,
on.
Will. And so let me show you what we're giving away, because it's back here in the locker of gifts.
Oh, come on.
I think we need
Just,
a better.
it just rolls off the tongue.
We need a better name.
The
These
locker
are not. Are
of,
these the? All right. Well, let me tell you what we have
the
to give
locker
away.
of wonder.
Ooh,
that-
because you never know what you're going to. Now, we do give away a lot of T-shirts, but what we'll talk about in just a moment, this is a $299 value right now on Amazon. Thanks to Giselle.
Oh, come on.
Giselle and Bose, who does not sponsor us,
No.
but
But they
Not
have
yet.
such a great product.
yet.
they
that-
have a great product, and they are faithful to their warranty. That's how we got these.
Okay.
So,
good.
anyways, all right. So I have the nice, what would you call that? Mauve, pink, orange,
Salmon.
Salmon.
with tippet
Salmon is what I kind of get right now.
I always think of a fish though when I hear salmon. Is that the color?
Yeah, there's a color as well.
Fish are this color?
The salmon fish.
The salmon fish.
Not the salmon. The salmon.
Yeah.
The salmon you eat is this color?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
The meat.
Yes.
Yes.
not
Correct.
not the outside.
Not the outside. No. Just the meat.
And that is spoken by our professional. We have a professional chef here.
Yeah.
That we do.
Come on.
Hey, and
Come on.
not only do
Professional.
we have the best show on the internet, we have the best food at our student camps prepared
Yeah,
we do.
by a real
A real
educated,
chef.
graduated. Tell me, what other camp, student camp, that's not highfalutin?
Yeah.
I mean, we're just regular people,
Yeah.
but we don't treat our students regular.
Come on.
No. With excellence.
right.
Everything we do.
So anyways, this is from Honduras.
Oh.
Yes. Stephanie and we were supposed to have a meeting there and we got fired in. There was fires in the wilderness. and-
Oh, okay. That was.
yeah, the planes couldn't land. They couldn't take off. It was crazy. Now, this came from our youth camp. The rest of these, they came from
Pogies.
Pogies. Welcome. All right. Somebody join.
That's Will with the getting fancy.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to
Sounds.
give you.
Oh, if you were really fancy, you'd know how to put the comments up on the screen.
That's true. Will,
sounds
that's
like
true.
Oh, I
That
know.
sounds like a Pastor Nick thing.
What episode are we on?
Like 3, 4?
No, I think
I
we're
think-
on episode. Almost. Have we gone a year?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I think we're above 20.
I just know it's been a long time, and I begged and I pleaded,
And then Giuseppe came through.
and then Giuseppe came
And then
from
I
Lima,
ruined it.
Peru,
Yeah.
and then
Technically, this
last
is
week
my
we
first-
had it.
Yeah,
And then
Technically, this is-
Carson, who I mentioned, he's got pneumonia,
that he does.
but I'm sure he's watching because he's committed,
Come on.
Yeah.
Amen.
right? And then Nick went from the supporting director
Yeah.
to the director.
Come on.
And I just whiffed it.
And now we can't do it again.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but this is from Pogies. This restaurant, you know who Pogie was?
No.
Pogie was an upstanding citizen in what's the name of that lake?
Okeechobee?
Okeechobee. And here's the thing: he became mayor, but then he got arrested as mayor
Oh.
for moonshining.
Oh, come on.
What a guy.
Yes, but
So he distributed it
yeah, he put it in his trunk and
and started
he
shipping it off to
delivered it.
people.
But evidently, he was quite famous and quite respected because back in the day they outlawed alcohol and everything, and people like their alcohol. So it's like, hey, let Pogie out. All right. So Steph and I ate there. How many times we eat there, Steph?
Twice.
And
Twice.
and then while we were there, we got some hot sauce. I got bit by Pogies.
Oh.
Oh.
So, so anyways, one of these shirts can be yours. All you have to do is invite somebody who hasn't been here before, have them sign into the chat and say, hey, here's who invited me. My name's Fred, and Susie invited me. And at the end, we're going to draw a number or draw a name,
Yeah.
and we're going to give you as many of these as you'd like. You can have up to 4.
Oh, come on.
How
So
generous,
generous.
are you, man?
Well, because we're unlike any channel online.
That is
on.
the truth.
We are the best. Now, to win these bows, look at this. This is the, just to make sure I read it correctly, this is the Ultra Open Ear earbuds. And I'm going to tell you, I have a pair of these. They are incredible because like these I have in now, you can't hear real
Yeah.
good outside. With these, you're going to be amazed at how good they sound.
Yeah.
Everybody that I've let listen, they always think, you can hear that, right? Because it sounds so good, you assume others can hear what's going on. But so if you're a runner, if you're stereo, back in the day when my car didn't work, I just put in a pair of headphones and a Walkman.
Yeah.
And those of you who are old know what a Walkman is, okay? A Walkman is a, what's the first thing that Apple came out with first?
iPod?
iPod. Walkman was an iPod before there was an iPod.
That had like a tape in it, right?
Had a tape. Yeah. And then they made them with CDs, but those didn't go over as well because they skip. But anyways, we're going to give these away. Here's how you get your Bose Ultra open earbuds is you need to send a picture. Because one of the things we really want to do, and maybe you guys can help us, we need to, when it comes to the book, get 100 reviews. We are 14 reviews away.
Come on.
So if you take a picture, you can do any of these things. You take a picture of your review, that you add before the show's up, okay, about the book. You know, again, you have to have purchased the book and read something that you can write, okay?
Not lie.
That's right. Well, that's, you know, that's between them and God.
That's true. That's true.
We just need 100 reviews. Good reviews. Right now we have 86 5-star reviews.
You can get the rest of those tonight.
86
I believe
5-star reviews. So in the next 30 minutes, if we could come up with 14 more reviews, take a picture of it and send it to Troy at troygramling.com, because we're not vain.
We're humble.
We are humble.
We are humble people.
The other thing you can take a picture of is, if you don't have the book, purchase the book. Take a picture of that little Amazon or Barnes & Noble where it says, congratulations, you just purchased a book. All right? Or if you've purchased the book and you've left a review and you say, oh, but I can't win. No, we haven't forgot about you, because we're the most generous channel on the tube. And
On the tube.
yes. And so all you have to do is to post something about the book, positive, on any of your social media and take a picture of it.
Yeah.
And three ways. Three ways. Leave a review, take a picture. Buy the book, take a picture. Or social media, mention how great the book is, and take a picture. And we're going to draw a name, and we're going to give that away, because that's the kind of people we are. Again, we're glad you're here. If you got a question, just leave it in the comments. And it is so good to see everyone who is here, Maria and Francine and Pastor Matt, and many others that I'm sure are watching today. Or maybe you're watching in the future. I'm sorry, it's too late to win. We are here every day at 7 o'clock on Sunday nights. And we drop a podcast on Thursdays. And if you want to catch out some of the teachings from different people, go to Potential Church and check it out. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Leave comments. And here's the other thing you can do. We're on Instagram. We're on X. We're on, what else are we on? TikTok.
Man, we're everywhere.
Hey,
I think I've seen a Pastor Troy
everywhere.
TikTok out there.
If you want to know what we're doing and where we're going,
Rumble.
Come on.
Rumble. But for now, right now, it's time for Tea with Mr. T. So we, again, are missing our normal director, but we have some incredible people who I sincerely want to say thank you. Week after week, these amazing folks come in, set everything up, and then we have awesome guests, too, who have served all weekend, and yet they decided to be a part of our studio audience.
Come on.
Let's give it up for them.
Give it up for them.
So we like to give you a pastor's perspective on the cultural world in which we live. Nick, what have you got for us today?
I got the new standings. You know, we went over them last week. I thought, all right, let's go over the new standings for the Olympic medals. We got USA at the top, all right, where we should be.
Say that again.
USA at the top, where we should be.
One more time.
USA at the top, where we should be.
Now, if you're watching from somewhere else in the world, we love you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know,
But when it comes to competing,
just stay after it.
yeah, y'all can try.
Who's in second?
China.
The People's Republic of China, and then Japan, and then Australia. But really, you have us, and then you have China, and then you have the rest of the world. Where is Russia? Because Russia used to be at the top.
They're banned.
Where?
They're banned.
Oh, they're banned.
Yeah.
They got banned again, though?
I don't know.
They're not allowed to
Because
be.
4 years ago, they came in as like something else, as like the
4 years ago was
Soviet something.
So Russia's not able to be there because of the war?
Oh, snap. I didn't know that.
Because I wonder what place they couldn't play last year either? I mean, last Olympics?
last Olympic was another thing.
But they were banned too?
Yeah.
So, because I remember when I was growing up, you had the U.S., you had Russia, you had West Germany. Those communist countries usually do really well in the Olympics. You know why?
Why?
You win or die.
Wow.
That's why
guess-
they have new teams every year for
That
that
would
reason.
that would motivate me.
Got really dark.
You know, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, sometimes the truth hurts, but you can see it produces results.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like some parents treat their kids in athletics. You get a hit or you're grounded. Did you play sports growing up?
I did. I played baseball until I was like 13. Then I did basketball in middle school, like 7th grade. And then I did, for a couple years, I did BMX. That's where you're like on a bicycle going through the hills
Yeah,
and stuff.
right.
I did that for a couple years.
And you call that a sport? BMX?
I mean,
Wait, it's in the Olympics?
better than
It may be
softball.
in the Olympics.
it maybe.
How about you, Will?
I played basketball, I played soccer, and I played football.
Wow.
Soccer.
Yeah, I'm sneaky athletic.
But you're height impaired for basketball.
Sneaky athletic, man.
That's good.
Now,
mix it
so
up.
here's the question for you guys in the chat. If you played a sport, tell us what sport you played, okay? And then here's the question for you guys, and then you tell us in the chat as well. Did your what kind of parents did you have? Like, were they not paying attention, or they were just always, you're awesome, shoot more, you know? Or were they the kind of parent who, you know, took it really, really serious and tend to be more negative than positive?
Yeah, no, my dad always would be hard on me. Like, that was all the time. He'd take me to all the practices. He was the one that was like always on me with sports.
And what was did he have a theme? Like, did he usually say like the same thing, you know, that you know, like one of my dad's themes always was 2 things: hustle and be aggressive. Hustle and be aggressive.
Yeah.
One time,
No, I don't think so. I don't remember.
he didn't have a.
No, I don't think so.
A multiple of observations. One time, my dad, he would yell at the referees in basketball. He was well known in referee circles.
Yeah.
So one time we're playing, and so that he could be sure that he was heard, he would go to the scorer's table. Because, you know, the referee would have to come over and say, you know, we got a holding on 4-2. And so my dad would go there. He'd just yell at him, and he had false teeth.
So he'd fall out.
No, he was yelling one time. His teeth came out, ended up on the basketball court.
Oh, gosh.
That's how hard he was yelling. And my dad was a big, strong man as well. So I think he intimidated him just a little bit.
Probably.
But he would that was his thing. He didn't care if we won, if we lost. He didn't care, you know, about making shots or missing shots. But be aggressive and hustle.
And hustle.
Be aggressive and hustle. How about you, Will?
My dad would tell me to shut up because I complained all the time. So I was
Par for the course right there.
I was the one who would walk over to the ref, even though I fouled them, and I'd be like, "You don't know what you're looking at, man. I promise you." Yeah.
Did you ever get a technical?
Got real close, and then my dad was like, "That's enough. Shut up." From the stands, and I was like, "Okay, cool."
Did it embarrass you?
Nah. I deserved it.
All right, we got BTC, played track and field. Oh, I played them all. My parents were very supportive through my sports. What'd you run in track and field? Ross did disc golf. That's not sport.
We actually
Iris
played.
did
We played a
soccer.
9 right before this.
Yes. Well, you did it.
Yeah.
Right?
Brian Piccolo.
Yes. I mean, soccer and basketball. Iris, how were your parents?
They were chill.
They were chill.
Said they were chill.
Susan played volleyball and softball. Parents were supportive, but not fanatical. Man, their parents are fanatical nowadays. They are very fanatical. And it's, you know, you have to be intent. You know, if you're a strong person, you know, you have to, it's hard not to get, you know, you want to get into the game, but not. And as a pastor, a leader, a Christian, I'll just keep saying it. You know what I mean? Because people are watching. You know, they have different ideas. Courtney played soccer, softball. My parents knew I wasn't good.
But we're still
bless your
supportive.
heart.
All right, they still supported her.
That's some good parents.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny that you mentioned about like being a pastor, not trying to go. Because I remember a couple years back, there was someone, I won't mention their name, that got kicked out of a PCA basketball game. All right. I don't know if you remember that. But
I kind of remember that. It wasn't me.
what was this? What?
Okay, BTC ran the 400 and the 4
4x400.
Thank you.
I got you, man.
You see, 'cause
The relay?
Well, let me tell you why that's confusing to me. Because when I ran, it was called the mile relay. But now we don't run mile relay. We run 1,600 meters, or we run 400 meters, which is, once around the track. Because the track is 400 meters, which means if you run them 4 times, it's 1,600.
1,600. Yeah. Math.
Where it used to be the mile. We had a guy, that run the 2 mile. And in high school, you're not starting in blocks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're not sprinting. But some meets, and he was, decent at it. But some meets he just didn't want to run, so he would jump the gun. But in order to get kicked out, you have to jump the gun twice.
So he'd do it
He
twice.
jumped the gun twice. But he wanted to get out of school to go to the track meet. And that's the only race he would run. So
Okay.
he'd sit around all day, and then coach would, the next day, he would run more than 2 miles. He would run more than 2 miles, that's for sure. All right. Maria, competitive runner, and parents did not support or attend the races. That's always kind of discouraging too. You always want your parents there, or your grandparents, somebody that, because when kids are little, they're always like, watch me, no matter what they're doing.
Yeah.
And to have the parents there means a lot. All right, Disney World's Magic Kingdom is getting its very own Villains Land. Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, isn't the new Universal have kind of a Villains Land? Does it Monsters Land?
Monsters. But there is something else I can't
So
remember.
do you
right
think
now.
it's
Probably. Probably.
So let me read this article a little bit. What's that first word?
I think it has like a mark.
Typo?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
In the Disney Experiences Showcase at D23, Disney announced that it's going to have at the Magic Kingdom, it's Villains Land with 2 major attractions, dining, shopping, and so much more. We didn't learn much more than that. Wow.
But that's some concept art.
So what villains do you think they're going to have?
Probably.
All right, so here's the thing. In the chat, let us know who you think is the number 1 villain. The number 1 Disney villain. The number 1 Disney villain.
Like just Disney, not Marvel.
Well, no, because we're not counting Marvel, because
Okay,
they
so
bought Marvel
just-
for $70
just
billion.
Disney. Yeah, Maleficent, I think would be a good one.
I like the Dalmatians one.
Cruella de Vil.
Cruella. I mean, anybody that killed dogs and make a coat out of them.
Yeah, it's pretty evil.
That's pretty rough for Disney.
Yeah.
Who else is there? So there's the Snow White villain you guys said? Oh,
Yeah,
Jafar
from
but he's
Aladdin.
but he's like a cool villain.
Yeah.
He's not scary.
Well, there's
I got one. Zion. Not Zion. What's the lion in Lion King? Czar.
Scar?
Scar. Yeah, that's a good one too. There's Hades in
Hercules?
Hercules.
I don't know that we can count Hades though, because that's well, I guess they're all stories that were brought over, so I
Yeah.
guess we can count Hades. Who does in the chat? Captain Hook.
Oh, that's a good one too.
That is a good one.
Someone said the evil queen from Snow White.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They've done movies of Scar. They've done. Or there's a Scar movie coming out, or has it already come out?
Mufasa is coming out, the live
good
action.
Guy, the good guy.
Yeah.
But Scar was in the other live action one, right?
Yeah.
And
But
then
Scar's his brother, so I wonder if they're gonna do like a small this is how he became bad.
that's good.
That'd be interesting.
The Princess and the Frog, the Voodoo Man.
yeah.
Who's the villain in the one that they ride they just redid? The Louisiana person. Is that the Voodoo Man?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's not the Princess and the Frog. What's the name of that lady? That princess? Tiana.
Tiana.
Who's Tiana's villain?
That's the Voodoo Man.
Oh, that's the Voodoo Man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. See, I'm not up in my Disney. Any other ones?
Ursula from Ariel.
Alicia can't wait to see the live action
Gaston.
Mufasa.
As a Gaston from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, he's arrogant.
Yeah, he is.
I like Gaston. I mean, I'd like him as a villain.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. Ursula of the Little Mermaid. That's the one with little weight, little girth.
Yeah. little girth.
She hasn't eaten, as we were talking earlier, she hasn't eaten enough salmon.
That's
You're
good.
right.
And she lives in the ocean. But
So
salmon
what's
are
the
in
junk food down there?
in the ocean?
Yeah.
Shrimp, probably.
What's that? The fish I like. What's the fish I like, Steph?
Tilapia.
Grouper, because grouper's fatty.
Yeah, she's been having a lot of grouper.
All right, so I'm thinking Prince Harry. No, Prince.
Prince Harry.
Prince Han?
He is a villain.
He's getting a divorce, actually.
Is he?
Yeah, him and what's her name? Meghan.
Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Did you read that in the
A
National Enquirer?
volunteer told me, Pat. So maybe
Has Pat got connections with
I
the
don't
royal
know.
family? So, okay. So let's totally change. If Prince Harry gets divorced, will he go back to England?
I think so.
You think his family will accept him?
Yeah.
You think the British people will accept him?
No.
Yeah. The British people, they know.
No.
His family, yes.
I mean, he's ripped on him. He called them all racist.
Yeah.
If they accept him back without an apology,
I'm sure he will.
Never mind. Pat lied to me.
That's not connected.
Liar.
we just
Pat,
started,
if you're watching this,
we
you made
just-
me look bad.
We just started a brand new rumor. We just started a new rumor.
But then, there is something
Separation?
saying that they're getting separated.
Okay. Well, that's a big deal because he left his family, he left his country, he left everything. I mean, they're not living in Canada. They're living in the folks who rebelled against the crown. I mean, think about it. That's a pretty like they represent the crown. He could have went anywhere.
he-
Could
yeah.
have went to India. Could have went to Canada. Could have went to the British Virgin Islands. But he went to California.
Yeah.
What else do you have? You have anything else for us?
I got this past week we did as Potential Church. We did a video. All right, on social media.
And where was this shown?
It was shown on Potential Church's Instagram.
Because we're everywhere.
Yeah. Let me make sure I got the
Now,
audio.
before you start, I got a question since I'm in this video.
Yes.
Is this truly a trend?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay. 'Cause
Actually, I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I was lied to so much that I didn't know exactly where the truth started and where the lie began. So there's a trend,
Yeah.
right? Where you, what did they say in the other TikTok?
Give me my money, I think.
Yeah, give me my money. Now they told us to say,
Come to church.
come to church,
Yeah.
right? And we were supposed to say, come to church and then applaud.
Yeah.
But the people in the middle didn't get
Know
all
what
the
was going on,
Didn't
yeah.
get all the information.
All right. You want to switch up? All right.
Come to church. Come to church. Come to church. Just come to church. Just come to church. Just come to church. Just come to church.
That was a good one.
Oh, that was nice. I enjoyed it much more after
When you knew.
when I knew.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's nice to be in the know, right? Right, Ross?
Now, apparently, there was another one
Oh,
that
let's
took
see.
place.
This is our pneumonia young man.
Yeah.
The patient. Patient zero.
Patient zero. Oh, man.
This is the student team.
Yeah.
Give me my money. Just give me my money.
Hold on, stop it. He doesn't seem to be participating totally.
No, he's not.
Now, what did you tell him?
I wasn't there.
Ah,
actually.
okay.
So that was, I guess, Larry and Marissa.
So you had nothing to do with it.
No, I didn't even know this video was a thing until you told me.
Follow the vibe. Just cheer each other on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give me my money. Just give me my money. Just give me my money.
Even though he didn't really participate.
The ending was good.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did. He had bought in. He
Yeah,
had bought in.
yeah.
Ross, I'm disappointed that you were involved in that.
You're better than that.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you guys in the chat, has anybody else been gotten? I don't know. All right, guys, it is time for our tradition, and then we're going to get into Soul Session. I am so glad that you have been here. Don't forget, if you want to win Honduras or what was his name?
Poggy.
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 The famous Lake Okeechobee moonshiner
That became a
or mayor. You can,
Yeah.
whichever. So anyways, all you got to do to win that is invite a friend and let them know in the chat, hey, Susie invited me and my name is Ralph. And because, again, we are the most generous channel
Come on.
on
Yeah, we are.
the tube.
Come on.
Come on.
And here it is. All you got to do is send us a picture to Troy at troygramling.com remember, we're going for 100. So if you haven't given a review, even if you don't care about the Ultra Bose open earbuds,
What are you doing?
give us a review.
Come on.
Yeah. Give us a review. You've written your review, right?
Absolutely.
Will, you written your review?
Absolutely.
Ross?
Not yet.
Bro, you're going to be one of the 14.
Oh, my God.
Come on, man.
Who allowed him in
Courtney,
here?
come here, please. Just switch him out.
It'll be done by the end.
Hey, don't touch the switcher until you put your review in.
What are we at? What are we at, Giselle? What number? How many reviews do we have?
Right now,
Yes.
86 reviews.
So we have not.
So we've got none?
It takes a time. It takes
Where can I
time
review one?
but I'm getting
On
it.
Amazon.
Okay, you're getting the pictures. All right.
Amazon has to review it.
Okay. All right. Amazon has to say where it's verified.
Verified.
Certified.
All right. It's time for Wordle.
Come on.
on.
And
Let's go.
everybody here has already done it except for myself.
Yeah.
So we got to
Besides,
really
I haven't done it.
rely upon the chat.
I've done it.
We've never lost.
No,
No, we have not.
that we have not.
We're winners.
So, well, I won't say everybody here. Who has not done it in the house?
I have not.
All right. So we got 4. Have you done it, Giselle?
You mean win?
Wordle.
Have you done it?
Wordle? Today's Wordle.
Today.
Have you done?
No.
All right, so we got 5 or 6 here who haven't, but we need a 5-letter word in the chat.
Come on.
Come on, guys.
Let's get it.
Games
Games?
is given by Mason Howell. It's good to have you today.
Okay. All right.
Nice. So 2 letters, but not in that order. So what could it be? A scenes?
Scene?
No.
No, that is a man.
And a scene was a group of people, Jewish people, who John the Baptist was a part of.
Uh-oh. The more you know.
There you go. That's
Man.
all right. What do we have? Scene.
All right.
Can it be seen? Yeah.
That's actually really good.
Oh,
Come on.
way to go,
Pastor Derek.
Come on.
All right, so what
Derek
can
is
that
the
be?
man.
So what can it be?
Scone.
Oh, yeah.
Hold it. What are you doing giving Stephanie a high five, Courtney? I said it.
Come on.
Thank you, Iris.
Come on.
Oh, my goodness. Wow, we did that in short order.
Ross,
Yeah.
would you like to apologize to Pastor Troy?
Yes. Because what did he say before the show
He
started?
was like, you're going to need all the help you can get because I got it in 3.
Yeah. Yes, he has lots of confidence in himself.
Yeah.
Lots of confidence.
Thank you.
Huh?
For the first time? No.
All right, guys.
But now Pastor Troy.
It is time for
I'm on it. Yeah.
Come on.
Hey guys, I wanted to remind you there are two numbers that we're going for on our live stream and on our podcast, and that is 50,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, or if you've got some folks you know who haven't subscribed, hey, many of you who are online right now are on the team and probably around tens, if not hundreds of people every weekend. Invite them to subscribe. And the other is 100 reviewers. 100 reviewers. Here's what I wanted to talk about today in our soul session is discouragement.
Ooh.
Does anybody ever get discouraged?
Absolutely.
Is anybody discouraged? Discouragement happens sometimes when reality doesn't meet expectations. And as I was saying earlier, Steph and I have been, working on the book. We went to Michigan. We've been doing a lot of podcasts and radio shows, even a few TV shows, those kind of things, because all the proceeds from the book actually go to the next generation, to all the things that is going on there. And so we haven't been here on a weekend in over 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Now we've had incredible. Pastor Terrell was here. He did an incredible job. Pastor Tyler spoke, I think, 3 of those weekends, and then Carson may have spoke one. I think.
Yeah, he did.
So, anyways, we had incredible teachings and speakings and all that, but this was our first weekend back, and so. You're coming, hey, we're coming back to the fall. We're looking forward to all the cool things that are going to happen. And you're hoping for some energy and excitement, because when you've been somewhere for a while, it's very easy for yourself, for the ministry, for the church to kind of get into a rut. And so you come back, with a sense of hoping to see some things that have changed in those 5 weeks for the better, to just create energy. I'm not talking about the ministry as far as loving people, but just, whether it's in the facility or the property. In times past, that's been one of those things that have happened. And then you often then forget, though, that this is the last weekend before school starts. And it was a beautiful, beautiful weekend here in South Florida. And so when your expectations aren't met, right? You're prepared, you're excited, you're passionate about what you're going to share. Just kind of sharing you an inside scoop on ministry. I'm sure your life, what you do professionally has the same kind of unmet expectation. And so then when you come back and, there's not quite that excitement of everybody glad to see you, when people are out doing their last minute school shopping, when the giving is not what you would hope to go into the fall, all those kind of things. It's easy to get discouraged.
Yeah.
And discouragement is dangerous. Because discouragement, whether you're discouraged because of your finances, you're discouraged because of your health, you're discouraged, right? Have you ever been sick and it just seems like it'll never go away and just kind of get discouraged?
Yeah.
And, or you get discouraged because your spouse or your boyfriend, or you get broken up with, or maybe some folks are discouraged because it's time to go back to school or time to go back to college, or you didn't get the promotion. Anyways, whatever it is, it's really dangerous. We don't often realize how dangerous discouragement is, because a lot of people quit over discouragement. Discouragement can lead to depression. Depression can lead to suicide. It can negatively affect relationships, all those different kinds of things. And what I tend to do sometimes is not necessarily the right thing, but one of the right things, I think, is always, well, what does Scripture have to say about discouragement?
Yeah.
And I found one that I thought is a surprising place to deal with discouragement. Okay? And I think this can really help maybe me. And hopefully you as well.
Yeah.
But it's in Joshua. You know, in the book, we talk about how the people of God go from being enslaved to their destiny, right? Because we don't want to stay where we are. We want to experience that success that we dream of. And that's kind of what we talk about in the book. And then at the very end, we talk about Joshua a little bit. But Joshua is the one that led after Moses. He's the one that actually took them into their promise, right? It's like if he's the dude that got the business started, or he's the one that got the profit made, right? He's the one that brought the victory home. And I wanted to just read a little bit of this because, again, I think hopefully this will be encouraging. It says, after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord said to Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' aide, right? Moses' mentoree. Moses, my servant, is dead, God said. Now then, you and all these people get ready. Isn't there a song? Get ready. Okay. That must not have been a very
Must
good
be old.
song. Yes. Get ready to cross the Jordan River into the land I am about to give them. And he says, I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses. Your territory will extend from the desert to Lebanon, from the great river to the Euphrates, all the Hittite country. And he tells them all of the land they're going to have. He says, no one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I'll be with you. I will never leave you or forsake you. Woo, that's good news, right?
Yeah.
And then he says something that just doesn't make any sense. He says, be strong and courageous because you will lead these people to inherit the land I swore to their ancestors. And then in verse 7, he says, be strong and very courageous. And he tells them, be careful to be obedient because God's given them the directions on how to be successful. He says, keep the book of the law in verse number 8, meditate on it, think about it. And he says, if you will, you'll be prosperous and successful. And then he says in verse 9, have I not commanded you? Now he's, hey, listen, remember I told you, I commanded you to be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord will go with you wherever you go. So here's why this freaks me out a little bit. Why would God tell him, the four things that I kind of wrote down there is he tells them to be strong, to be courageous, to not be afraid, and to not be discouraged. Why would he tell them that after they're about to experience what they've been waiting 40 years for?
Yeah.
Think about that. They're about to have their biggest victory. They're about to win the gold medal. They're about to turn a profit for the first time. They're about to get 100 reviews on Amazon, right? 50 subscribers. They're about, and they've had their parents die talking about this victory.
Yeah.
They've wandered around in the wilderness. So there's something about victory or on the edge, verge of success or even success itself that can actually be discouraging.
Yeah.
Because he's really, really serious. It's right at the beginning of Joshua's leadership. He's saying, hey, and he tells them these four things. And I think there's a reason that he uses these four. The first thing he says is be strong. And, I have this little program where you can kind of go back and see if there's the definitions of these English words, because in the original language, which is a Greek in this case, in Hebrew in this case. And he says, to be strong, it means to keep a hold on.
Okay.
So think about that. What are they supposed to keep a hold of? And what I think is what he said in the first part is the promise. Because they're going to cross the river, and if you know the story, the first place they come to is Jericho. And the Bible says that the walls were high and that Jericho was tightly shut up. In other words, it seemed like an impenetrable, that's a pretty hard word for me to say, impenetrable force, an impossibility.
Yeah.
In other words, something where you cross the river, you're all pumped up, and it's like, really?
Yeah.
Have you ever, 40 years we've wandered, 40 years we've worked hard, 40 years we've struggled and we've doubted and we've lost our parents and they were afraid and all this stuff. Moses has died and now we got these huge walls. And so I think there's a reminder that even when you're about to experience your greatest victory, or even on the other side of your Jordan River, or just as you're about to have great success, God reminds us, he says, you better keep hold of my promise. Because in your victory, experiencing your breakthrough, there are going to be giants. There are going to be such opposition that you're going to be tempted to give up on to let the promise go. For example, here at the church, one of the things that we've talked years about is 50 campuses, reaching 100,000 people with $150 million.
Yeah.
And today I talked about restarting the Pensacola campus, and I talked about starting a Sunday night service, Spanish-speaking service, yeah. And if you think about what we're doing online and some of those things and ways in which we're trying to get to that number 50. But it's been years since I said that. And we've been going the roundabout way. In other words, instead of just like, okay, we've added this campus and now we've added this campus, we had 5 and now we have 10. At times, we've gone the wrong direction, right? And so it's easy to let go of a dream or let go of a relationship or let go of a job right? It's easy, in other words, if we're not strong. And I think that's why he's telling Joshua, he's saying, hey, because the first group of people that God actually wanted to take into the promised land, let go of the dream because of the giants.
Yeah.
And I think God's reminding all of us, right? I don't know what your dream is, but be strong.
Yeah.
Right? Be strong. The next thing he says is be courageous. And in verse 6, he says, be courageous. Verse 7, he says, be very courageous. And it was interesting what logos said that Hebrew word means. It means to make the mind strong. Because where does this battle happen? It happens in the mind, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, think about it. Right now, everybody in here has a conversation going on in their head.
Yeah.
Right? What's going on in your head?
Right now, I'm just listening to what you're saying.
Yeah, but you're having a conversation about what I'm saying. Are you thinking about something in your life, or are you thinking about?
I was just kind of thinking about kind of what you had said about the 50, 100, 150, and about like I thought about, it was a quick went off,
right.
But it was like, okay, are we in the sense? Is it going to be the next generation that sees it? And so that's kind of like what my mind went off to for a second.
So you're just trying to get rid of me?
No, not at all.
No, I'm kidding. But what I'm saying is that we all have that going on, right? The battle is in the mind. You know, when what I hoped would happen this weekend didn't happen.
Yeah.
I didn't have a conversation with somebody. I had it in the mind, right? And that's why I think to be courageous is to do what we need to do, not necessarily what we want to do. You know, what I want to do when I get discouraged is to separate myself from people.
Yeah.
Which is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To be here, to be around you, to talk to staff. Those are the kind of things that are encouraging. But if we're not careful, our mind, right, this conversation that we're having will pull us away. So it's interesting that God says, hey, he says, you need to be strong, you know, keep hold of my promise, but also be aware of the conversation that's going on in your mind. You know, I talked today about how often that the enemy's always lying, right? Because here's the conversation that's going on in my mind when what I hoped would happen didn't necessarily happen. You know, it's like, well, is it ever going to happen?
Yeah.
Am I in the way of it happening? Why didn't this person do that? Why didn't this happen? And why is it right? It's never going to happen. You just should quit. You should just, all of those things, right? That's going on in my mind.
Yeah.
And the scriptures remind, he says, you have to be courageous, very courageous, because the mind is a powerful thing. Like they say, a powerful thing to waste. But but we all have these conversations, and we have to be courageous to listen to the right voice. Yeah. Because there's another voice that is saying this, right? Be strong. Yeah. Be courageous, Troy. Yeah. And he's saying the same to you. Then he says, do not be afraid. And that word means dread. So again, you've got this whole battle going on, right? You got the walls of Jericho and whatever those walls are in your life, right? It's the fact that he walked out on you. It's the fact that the college denied it. It's the fact that the book you wrote is not hard copy or hardcover, right? Whatever it is, okay? It's happening, and then it's easy again for you to feel a sense of dread.
Yeah.
Right? What's going to happen next? What's going to take place next? So he says, don't be afraid. Don't dread. Right? Because why? Because God's made promises. All of us are created intentionally to succeed. He's given us all gifts. He's given us all talents. He's given us all those things. He can reconcile relationships. He can impact us financially. He can do all those kind of things in all of our lives. And so it's like, don't dread the future, because again, that leads to what? Depression. Yeah. And depression leads to bad decisions, which leads to greater discouragement, which leads to depression, which leads to illness, which leads to stress and anxiety, and ultimately suicide. So this is serious, because it can lead us to a place we don't want to go. Mm-hmm. And then lastly, and I know this sounds like a sermon, but I need it. Right? And then he finally says, don't be discouraged.
Yeah.
Right. And again, what Mr. Logos said there is disheartened. Right. And so why would God tell us tell them when they're about to have their greatest success not to be disheartened? I mean, isn't that kind of crazy? I mean,
yeah.
You would think he'd be, it'd be like, hey, don't get too prideful.
Yeah.
Don't become too arrogant.
Yeah.
Be careful. You're about to cross the Jordan River. But he doesn't. He's saying all these opposite things to get them ready for their greatest victory. And I think it's because sometimes we see victory. If you go, there's another story in the Old Testament about a great prophet has a great victory, and he thinks he's going to then experience a great transformation in the government. And instead, a queen named Jezebel wants to kill him.
Yeah.
And he gets depressed and discouraged, and he runs and he hides, right? So there's lots of these kind of stories right after a great victory or right before a great victory, because we have this expectation that everything's going to be straight up.
Yeah.
There's a battle, right? We all know you got to work hard. It's like gains. If you've ever worked out, right? You go to the gym, and early on, you can go from the 110 weakling to the 150, 160 pound muscled up guy. Then you hit a plateau.
Yeah.
Right. And you can just hear and say, don't become discouraged. Don't become disheartened. What I kind of wrote down as I was thinking about this is you're going to experience the unexpected. Yeah. So he tells them, don't be disheartened. Remember, hang on to the promise and remain courageous. And I think that is a good word for all of us, because we live in a world that's not perfect, and we live in a world where you can go from discouragement to self-pity to victimhood, right? Because we all have a story to tell where we're the victim, because life is challenging. Yeah. But be strong, because God has made promises.
That's good.
And he ultimately does exactly what he says he's going to do. So I just want to say to all of us on this Sunday, to wrap up our time together and give away our prizes, is to be strong, be courageous, be very courageous. Or I could say it this way: keep hold of God's promises in your life that are multiple in the scripture. Make the mind strong, never dread, and expect the unexpected. That's because good. In the end, you will be victorious.
That's good.
Amen.
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 Amen. Come on. Good stuff.
Don't we all feel better?
Absolutely. Do you feel better?
Yes, I feel awesome. Because I'm a part of the most generous show on the tube.
Yeah, you are.
Thank you, Will.
Come on, man. I'm here for you.
All right, you guys ready in the chat?
Let's go.
Let's give away the t-shirts. Do we have our winner? We have the producer, or what do you call it, executive, or the assistant, or...
I don't think we put a title on her.
Oh, okay. All right, here. No, you got to do it.
Oh, I'm okay.
No, you have to do it. Courtney, that's part of the show.
Watch out. She has pink eye, apparently.
Okay, Nicholas.
Hold on. Wait.
Okay,
Wait.
okay.
Let me hold
And
on.
the winner of the T-shirts.
Let me get the drum roll.
Okay.
We're highly produced here. Come on.
This one doesn't have an actual name.
It doesn't sound very loud.
Let me know when it's done.
It's
done.
Oh, okay, cool. Nom Nom invited by Malachi.
What a name.
Hey,
Nom nom.
congratulations.
Come on.
All right. And this is for the headphones. All right. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Who is going to win?
The headphones?
So, we just have a few here who have participated.
Okay.
3. So the
No,
odds,
hundreds.
300.
Hundreds.
Oh, so the odds of, so let me talk about my discouragement teaching again.
You want me to cue Soul Sessions again?
We'll go through it again real quick.
You want me to
Play
go
it back. Play it back. All right. So, should I
Yeah.
draw the winner?
Uh-huh.
Or should I read the first 2 and the third one is the winner?
I like
Do
that one. Yeah,
All
I
right.
like that one. I like
so
that one.
our first non-winner.
Oh, man.
I want you to be able to apply what we just talked about in Soul Session, all right?
Feel discouraged.
This is the bronze, or you could look at it this way. This is the bronze medal. And you
Okay.
know what? Hey,
At
here's
least
what
they
we're gonna
get a
do.
medal.
Because these folks all participated, we're going to throw in a free T-shirt.
Oh, come on. Because we're
generous.
generous.
You are not a
Because
loser.
we are generous out here.
Tia.
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 All right.
Tia, how do you say her last name?
Chunches?
Oh.
All right, Tia, I am so sorry that you did not win the headphones, but you will be if you will send me a way to make sure we can contact you, we will send you a T-shirt.
Come on.
Our second not winner. This is the
I like this. I like this.
the silver medal. Cohen Smith.
Cohen Smith.
I'm so sorry, Cohen.
Yeah.
But you do get a free T-shirt.
Yeah, you do.
Whoops.
Oh.
Our winner,
Come
the
on.
gold medal.
Come on.
Oh, I tore it in 2. Let's. Wow. I don't want to offend our winner.
It's their Instagram name, so I'm not sure.
Okay, this is your Instagram name. It is. I'm going to say it this way.
Okay.
Lays Ad Ersky.
Lays.
Lays Ad Ersky. LAYSADDURSKI. Or ski. All right, so Dursky, you are the winner.
Come on. Let's go.
Open earbuds. Don't forget, guys, we're here every Sunday night. Please invite somebody to be a part because we try to have a lot of fun. Our goal is to build community and just hang out for 45 minutes to an hour every Sunday night in the chat here in the house. And because we really want to help you reach your potential. You were made for a lot. The book is out. If you haven't got a copy, leave a review and help us get to 50,000 subscribers. We'll see you on Thursday when the next podcast drops. God bless and have a great Sunday night.
Come on.
Yeah. Nice.